What's up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. The LCS 2021 Midseason Showdown took place this past weekend, and we had a banger matchup, which was TSM versus Team Liquid, and then Team Liquid managed to defeat TSM 3-1, thus sending TSM to the losers bracket to face off against Evil Geniuses. So, this matchup was actually pretty interesting, but joining me here today is an avid, realistic TSM fan, Warren. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Just recovering from the heartbreaking, disappointing TSM, uh, whatever show you want to call that. So,
He literally told me before we started the show, he was like, okay, I'm kind of scared coming to the fan cast this week. I'm gonna get shit on. It's like, dude.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna say it right now. I know I'm gonna take my licks like a man because I'm a true fan. I'm not gonna back away. So it's fine.
Okay, so this matchup was supposed to be actually TSM favored. I mean, I personally thought if you look at the LCS 2021 Spring Split regular season, TSM 2-0 Team Liquid, and in the LCS 2021 lock-in, Team Liquid 2-0 TSM. Now, during the regular season split, it was shown that even though TL technically have the better players in most positions, that didn't matter in their games against TSM, and TSM was managing to outplay them in every single game they actually played in the regular split for the LCS 2021 Spring Split. But looking at this series overall, it's definitely a interesting talking point that TSM, by the general consensus, if you go on like their Reddit page or just talk to anyone, like Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, wherever you go to talk about League of Legends, TSM definitely mentally boomed after game one. Because I had
By
TSM
far,
winning. I had
me
TSM
too.
winning this 3-2. I genuinely thought they were the better team coming in. Like, TL had displayed a lot of inconsistencies. They had displayed a lot of basically not proper macro plays where they were just ultimately just some of the players getting caught out randomly. Tactical was over here face checking random bushes when he was playing Samir and Tristana. Core JJ is basically their win condition. If him or Alfari don't get ahead, the team kind of just does nothing. Santorin didn't look as dominant as a lot of people were predicting, even though we talked about it before. I think a lot of people just dick ride this guy completely for like no reason whatsoever just to do it. Oh,
Because he looks like Jason Momoa.
okay. I mean, I would, definitely dick ride for Jason Momoa because he looks really hot. But Jensen wasn't having the best split because by a lot of the general fans, everyone knows this was his worst split though. I've not seen him play this bad in. I mean, he only played this bad in like international events, and that was like in 2019, which was I thought his worst year. But this split so far, this past LCS 2021 Spring Split, he played pretty bad. But this series, he played pretty well. And I just want to ask you, man, what were your general thoughts on the series so far before we, cover it game by game?
uh, General thoughts was I was going in and I thought what was gonna matter was believe it or not, I thought the top lane was gonna decide the game, and it really did. If you look at it,
Huni played really pretty well, actually. I thought he
yeah,
played well.
he did play well, and it was definitely. I felt like this should have been a closer series, like a 3-2. I thought I thought like pound for pound in each roles, probably I said only the role that was a little suspect where I give the thumbs up to is to Santorin over Vika. Like as much as I don't want to, it's just the truth. Like
Especially after
he's
the
just more
series.
yeah, he's just more consistent, and when he wants to he can turn it on. And I guess that's just his veteran prowess working. So
Mhm.
and I think Huni performed well, but as we go into the games and we look into the draft, I
Mhm.
can better break down what I felt
All right,
went
so
wrong.
game one, TSM takes Renekton, Udyr, Azir, Misfortune, and Seraphine. Team Liquid take Alphari, Hecarim, Orianna, Jhin, and Thresh. Now, the turning point of the game is what every silver Reddit analyst will point to. It was the Baron play that actually happened, where they were
Oh God.
they were on Baron, and then they somehow got chunked out, lost the Baron, and then pretty much after that lost the game. And after that, that pretty much decided the rest of the series. Now, that's just a surface level analysis. Now, in terms of TSM starting this Baron around like 37 minutes in the game, I mean, it makes the right decision. Like, they have 3 dragons during this part of the game, and they're in position to get an Infernal Soul. But the issue here is, I just don't think their composition really does anything past a certain moment in the game. Whereas Team Liquid's composition, you have scaling in your Orianna, your
Jin.
Jin, your
Oh my God, the Jin.
Your Hecarim just runs down the Misfortune and Seraphine. I don't think TSM's composition is bad. I just think it had a window of when it had to win, and that Baron
Right.
play did not. That was what the fuck was that?
Super suspect. Super suspect.
That's why I keep saying, dude, are these people win trading? Because this shit happened against TL2 in that last game they played. I was like, what the fuck?
Personally, my thing is, Udyr is to me a feast or famine. Like, if you get ahead and the team knows what they're doing, and you're super ahead and you keep pressing the lead, you win. He's the early game, but he doesn't offer much, like in the sense of what Hecarim can do later on in the game and etc. So, and then also look at their composition, right? The only really person that has long range is Azir. You have to deal with an Orianna ball, a Jin that can shoot you from Narnia, and then he when he crits you, like a one auto is just gonna take you down to a third of your health, because we saw that like at certain points. And then you have a tanky Thresh that can engage, and then they engage with Hecarim, and then so Team Liquid draft wise was pretty good. um, you know, TSM had to go win the mid game and go and snowball it and like keep like going on. And with you can't. The thing is, Team Liquid punished TSM mistakes, which I think is good. Why do I say I think it's good? Because when you get punished, you learn not to do it again. It's like when your mom says, "Hey, don't watch TV," and then you watch TV, and guess what she says? No, she takes away the internet, she takes away everything, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that again because it sucks."
Mine
So
was when I was a little kid. We thought we could watch horror movies and not get scared. My mom said, "Nope, I know you. You're gonna get scared." What happens? We had scared. I got nightmares. So that's what I
right.
thought. That's what I thought during the series too. The issue here is that after Team Liquid get Baron, it's around the 37-minute mark. TSM try to take Dragon because they do have 3 dragons, and then Santorin comes and steals it. At that point, your mental is all fucked up. Like at a certain point, TSM around the 30-minute mark in the game are pushing on Team Liquid's inhibitor. That's how much they were winning this game. They were up like what? I think 7,000 gold at a certain point. They were playing actually pretty proactive. That's been a problem with TSM for a very long time, was playing
their
too
early
slow.
game.
Yeah, like early game is suspect, mid game is okay, but they're playing too slow. They're not really capitalizing on their actual advantage. And this game, even at a certain point in the game, Tactical just randomly mid and dies. Like, he's still doing that. It's like they had chances to win this game, and after this game, so we go to game 2. Team Liquid.
This is just a dog. Like, okay, here's my problem with this comp.
Oh
you
my
have
God.
you haven't engaged with Rumble ult, which is good. But problem is what happens is Rumble ult is long range, but everything else is short range. Lucian, short range. Udyr, slap you in the face. Thresh, melee. Like, look at their comp. Like,
Aphelios has to
needs 3 items.
3 items, and he has to repeatedly use certain abilities to actually stun you from long range. It's one of those things where it's like, that is so conditional.
Like, we look at this comp, I break it down, right? We got GP, who's gonna scale and has a global, right? And then and then he can side lane. So who's gonna like for the Lucian has to get far ahead. But then the Ahri was a really good pick because Lucian, she can charm him, she can dash and kind of trade blow for blow. Tristana can side lane. We've seen that. Tristana, what happens when you leave Tristana alone? A tower's pace. She can literally split push as almost as good as like a Fiora or a Camille if she's left alone.
Happened in the other series with Perks when he was on Tristana. Even though he was kind of behind at certain moments in the game, was pushing down the tower like nothing.
And then Nautilus is tanky. or than Thresh. So
But the
it
key
was like
moment in Team Liquid's comp, in my own personal opinion, is you have Ari. Ari easily, if she gets a hold of Lucian, Aphelios, or Thresh, or even Rumble, she could just insta burst them.
that.
And
Yeah,
you also have
yeah, they're dead.
Nidalee. Like
They're
TL's
dead.
comp is just better. Like I'm not a guy, people that sorely goes, "Oh, draft is a reason why they lost this game." Oh my god,
This
the
draft
draft
was
was so
dog.
bad because the Hunter Thieves people. Oh my god, stop complaining about the draft. The Hunter Thieves fans, you have way more issues than this draft. Hunter Thieves, oh my god, the draft is so bad. If you fix the draft, we'll start winning games. Take that fucking
Stop it.
take that Demonte cock out of your mouth. Holy shit. But the TL
Uh,
comp in game 2 in the series is actually way better. It's just better. Like
it's just better.
the TSM comp, you would literally have to win by like 15 minutes probably with this composition.
Yeah,
That's
you do.
that
And
didn't happen at all.
Udyr, and you saw what happened. Like, I don't understand. The Hecarim was available. If you take Hecarim, this comp is fine. You know why?
Mhm.
Because Hecarim can go in, split up the back, get some flashes, get some summons blowing right.
As
Then
Ari, if you charm Hecarim, that's not okay. That's cool. My other backline will just
right,
destroy
and then
yours.
you still have, and then you have Rumble who can just ult,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you can make either like, okay, so Hecarim goes in, you ult. Guess what? Now they have to go through a way that's gonna CC them. They're gonna take damage. Lucian, that sets up Aphelios better. The Aphelios and the Thresh was fine. The problem is, if you can't have Aphelios,
Mm-hmm.
um, and
But I get
and
why
Rumble.
they
You
gave
can't
Lost
have Rumble,
Aphelios
and
though.
you needed a tank. You
Like
needed a tank.
I get why they gave Lost Aphelios. I do. But to be fair,
I'm okay with the Aphelios.
but the issue here is like in game 1 of this series, you had he was all misfortune. He played perfectly fine. I didn't think he did anything
Yeah, he played
wrong.
fine.
I just think that they gave him a late game ADC when he was clearly showing he could play the early game ADCs perfectly fine. Maybe he was gonna be their late game insurance policy, but I wouldn't have put him on that. That goes to like power of evil, but he needed a lane dominant matchup mid because they picked Ari. So it's one of those
First,
things where
yeah,
they just got outdrafted. This game is just a pure draft diff. I don't even blame draft.
yeah. Like personally, if I'm TSM and I'm drafting right now, from what I can see, okay, why not? All you do in changes this draft, you get a tank, you keep the Udyr, you get Ori. No,
Mm-hmm.
you get rid of the Ori, and you get rid of
The
you
Lucian.
get rid of the Rumble and the Lucian. You put, well, you get rid of all three, and you put a tank, you put Hecarim, you put Ori. You're fine.
Or
Like, you're fine.
Gragas top and Ori.
Ori's ball delivery. Your tank's gonna take aggro, initiate for you. I don't know what I'm surprised Bjergsen didn't come out and say, "Hey, this is coach diff," because that was coach diff.
It
That
also
wasn't.
it also doesn't
Yeah,
help when they're bot lane diving and Santorin gets a triple kill and they jungle the
yeah. That
aggro and Taro. Bro, guys, literally 11 minutes in the game, it's 5-1. This game's a complete stomp.
It's pretty terrible. It's like, because Hooney's Rumble is pretty good. Like, he's known for his Rumble, so I don't mind the comfort pit, but I just don't like. You needed a tank, so either you get rid of the Udyr, and like I said, Hecarim's available. Hecarim's a power pick right now.
Mhm.
Hecarim can either go damage or he can go tank, and he starts off slow, great for the game. Tristan, like, and if you want lane dominant, go Caitlyn more. Caitlyn's rising in priority right now because she hurts. She
Do you,
does hurt,
do
and
you
she
think
can siege
Do you think Lost could execute Caitlyn perfectly like that?
by far. By far,
Okay,
like he's
now you're just pulling a forgiving on me.
no. What I mean is, like you said, Caitlyn is an earlier game champ, and Tristana's gonna punish Aphelios, right? Because she hurts. So go
Thank you for
go
bringing this up.
go
Thank you for bringing this up. Oh my god, thank you, dude. If you're going for an early
go
game comp, why are you going Aphelios then?
Right, go Caitlyn more, because Caitlyn still hurts as she
Mhm.
gets more. Even if the game went on and she got 6 items, she still hurts. We saw in the
Mhm.
game where I think Wild Turtle had a few items on when it's CLG, but I think they lost. But when he was poking and hitting, it hurt. It still hurt. So, like, you go Caitlyn more. You got a Black Shield. You don't have escape, but you can siege still when you're together. And you just fix the comp. I think it was I honestly, I'm saying draft if, and also, to be honest, the
Mhm.
mental from the first game played a role too.
Imagine
That's
having a Caitlyn Morg with a Lucian and a Rumble. Bro, that's just auto. That's pretty much GG. And they actually, Huni had some pretty good Rumble ults where he was catching some people out, even though they only had 7 kills. He was
right.
actually, he played fine on
Right.
his Rumble pick. That wasn't the
That's what I'm
issue.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you keep Huni on Rumble, fine, but you needed a tank. So okay, you keep Rumble, you put Hecarim, you put Ori. You get a ball delivery with an ult, and you get someone that can initiate with good ults. Because Huni was playing fine. I mean, he was
He
playing
actually
fine
held
for the most.
he held his own against Alfari in most of the games. It wasn't top
And the
diff.
matchup is actually a winning matchup. So I just think the middle part of the draft needed change. Like, the thing is, the reason you draft Thresh Aphelios because Aphelios has no mobility, so you need to get out. I understand that. That's why they do Thresh Aphelios. And also look at their comp outside of Aphelios getting items. They're primarily melee range, so Ari gets a field day. And both Alfari can hit with his Q and do a ton of that damage. Nidalee gonna poke, and that's gonna hurt because she's hitting you from Narnia too, out of a bush. So it was a combination of draft and mental. I don't like using draft as an excuse, but I mean, even the analyst on the desk mentioned that they just didn't.
They just drafted like trash.
They
Bjergsen.
didn't. They didn't like this comp. They just didn't.
There's a Bjergsen draft diff right there. Next game, guys, is the game TSM wins. TSM takes Camille, Hecarim, Seraphine, Tristana, Nautilus. Much better composition. Oh my god, that is by far better.
See the Hecarim pick. Like, Hecarim is just good. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you get a power pick, you take it.
Team Liquid had Aatrox, Nidalee, Silas, Ezreal, and Leona. I was sitting here like, that's such a whack composition. That is just trash.
The Silas makes sense. The Silas makes sense.
The Silas wasn't my issue. I was like, why are you picking Aatrox and a Camille? Camille is going to win the split push if you don't punish her properly
and
enough.
She's just going to scale harder, and she can flank you better. And once she gets on the back line, she's going to just two-shot anybody that's not... She's going to two-shot Nidalee. She's going to two-shot Ezreal, and she'll kill probably Leona through her armor and stuff because of the true damage.
Aatrox is not going to outduel her in a side lane. Nidalee's not going to walk up and contest her. And what is Ezra going to do? Nothing. Leona, all you have is Leona. They have no engage in this team comp for Team Liquid. They literally drafted just one engage, and that was Leona. And Santorin pokes you, and that's what Ezreal does? That's top... Guys, that draft sucks. And guys, I really don't like when we draft, but that is just unplayable. You have one engage in your support, and your top hard loses if you don't stop his competition, which was a Camille. And it didn't matter either because they ended up killing Alfari and putting him behind. Nidalee wasn't ahead this game. And Jensen on Silas, he was doing okay. It makes sense why you pick Silas in this comp because they have good ults to steal. But why are you picking Ezreal then? What does Ezreal do here?
And the funny thing I noticed, right, is that each game that so far we're in the third. The Ezreal was for the poke. I get it. I get the Ezreal because you're escaping. They couldn't get Rel. They couldn't get Alistar. So that's really who you're left with. And they took the Nautilus, which Nautilus is going to be a little bit better with the hook and the ults that's to set up. Because it's fine. The question is the Nidalee has to get ahead because in order to make a difference, and Aatrox needs flanks, and he's not gonna win the side lane once Camille starts. Once she gets Trinity
Force, yeah, it's over.
And Ravenous, you cannot. You're not gonna be able to win that side lane, and then you're
also not gonna win a side lane with the damn Nidalee,
right?
She can duel three of your people on your team.
Right, and who else? And like, even if Leona starts to come at you, what's Trish gonna do? R her away. So,
then you have game 4. So game 4, TL have Alfari. Yes, they have Alfari. TL have Gnar, Udyr, Twisted Fate, Sivir. I haven't seen Sivir in a bit of time, but Tactical has been getting caught out. So having Sivir web with an ult to run away and not die is good. And they have Core JJ on Leona. TSM have Gragas, Olaf, Seraphine mid. I did not like the Seraphine mid in this composition.
Me neither.
And then you have Xayah and Nautilus. So what really breaks the game up is they were actually attacking Huni in the top lane. Around 4 minutes in, they 3-man dive Huni on the Gragas pick. And then you also have I think it was Power of Evil TPing in. he tried to do something. It just literally didn't work out. It didn't work at all. Then they
It
tried
was
attacking him
awful.
again, top lane, around 5 minutes in, and they tried to get the kill on core JJ, which they actually end up doing, but it doesn't really matter. Alfari is already ahead over Huni in this game, and later on, the moment that broke the game was during. It's a pretty okay game for about 20 minutes. It was like 4 to 5 in kills. So what do you think? Did you think TL had the better comp in this game?
Um. Uh. Yes and no. Again,
I think
I
it's pretty
don't
much
get.
even, except the
I don't
Seraphine mid
get.
for TSM.
Yeah, I don't get like why do you pick Nautilus? You pick Nautilus because you need a tank, I guess. But the thing is, then why not move? Like I don't know. I just didn't like. I thought Thresh would have been better here. I think at this point in the draft. And the funny thing is, I look at the
Mhm.
games that was played, and I get it. PoE played Seraphine the game 3 and went 0-0 and 15, basically a support, a
Yeah.
support.
Mhm.
And then
But if he's your star player, you can't bank on this. Is a game like they had to have won this game to force a game 5. That's the
right,
thing. This is where you take
and
a Syndra. This is where you take a Silas potentially.
which is weird. The thing is that I'm looking at the bands. Azir was up, Syndra was up, Ori was up.
Zoe.
Was- PoE is not really known for his Zoe, but he could do it. But like the fix, like give him the Azir again. Give him the Azir. Okay, fine. Or give him, or you take Silas here because guess what? You can match the TF ult because Silas grabs. That's why Silas is good into because you can grab his ult. There's a lot of ults you can take off of here. Like you could take Gnarl because it scales and you're gonna be that's an initiation.
You could take
So
Twisted Fate's ult. You're gonna
yeah,
end up having an
yeah.
injured man TP. You get on the map where you want to die because
Leona's
later on
ult
in the game,
and
TF,
engage with
because in the game TF and Alfari, sorry, Jensen and Alfari used the TF ult to dive Huni and killed him. They were actually just bullying him and top lane this whole game with that.
right. Which is weird. Like you, because think about look he. If you have Silas here, this changes the whole game, right? Because he can take Gnarl. Who cares about Udyr? You take Twisted Fate ult. You have an engage. You have 2 engages with Sivir ult and with Leona ult. Like you have multiple things to pick up, and you have pretty good wave clear as well as Silas, and you do scale as we saw what happened when Jensen had like what a he actually hard carried with 5. He went 5, 1, and 2 on the Silas. Like the Silas was a good pick. Like take it or take a control mage. Then if
I don't see why
anything,
they didn't pick Syndra. Imagine Syndra as a burst champion with something like Olaf to run people down. Like,
yes, Syndra Ori.
Santorin wasn't doing shit this game. He was 0-3-8 by 27 minutes. He was just doing dog shit. He was just being terrible. They were constantly don't count Huni in this game. He was just getting hard. He was getting
he was getting
strong.
Yeah, like I can't feel like he took it. Like honestly, it wasn't Huni this series. Like I have no idea if I think drafting was a big part of this series because the first draft was fine. It was just execution, right? So we can't blame the draft. The second draft is like, are you in silver or what are you doing? Like,
Ray Charles constructed that draft.
right. Third game, it's like okay, we're looking at it's finally a solo queue game for TSM. Then it's back again, like okay,
you have to win this game 4 to get a game 5, and you're putting your best player on Seraphine. It's like okay,
yeah, put them on comfort picks. Like put all right, put Huni like Shen. First of all, I don't get it. Again, Shen's gonna lose and this is why I think drafting is so important. Okay, Shen's available. Take the Shen because the Shen can match the Twisted Fate. And then even if you take Shen, take Silas. You can you can have it. It's fine. Like I'm fine with Olaf because Olaf matches the clear speed of Udyr.
Also, if Olaf falls behind, it doesn't matter. He can literally just bait ultimates by ulting himself.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
and he can actually go in the backline and cause some havoc with the Seraphine shield. and so I get it. But I just didn't like the Seraphine there. I didn't like the Gragas. You have Shen available. He's been playing great on Shen. He had some really good Shen games throughout the season, and Shen was open. And okay, and anybody can look at the games this season. I know what I'm talking about. He played Shen a bit, and he won, and he played weak side
Yeah, guys,
fairly
we're
well.
not we're not making emotional takes here. We're just pointing out stuff that's
Yeah,
in the
no,
game.
yeah. So I mean, personally, I'm okay. I'm happy in a sense that TSM. And I know that sounds weird. Like, why would you be happy? Because they need to get punished to know how to win
Erickson
the
needs to
next
get punished for best because this would be his one of his
first
first best of
time.
five
First time.
drafting. Yeah, because
Yeah,
unless you
first.
count the locking, but I don't people don't count that anymore. So it's just like this is first
Yeah,
actual best of five drafting. It's like
it's
in
first
clutch
playoffs too.
in clutch game
So
fours, you don't put your best player on a supportive champion. I get he played good in that game where you needed him to win. He was clutch in that moment. Well, how about make him more clutch by giving him a carry? If he played that good on a supportive champion in a game 3 where you had to win and force a game 4, why not give him a carry to have you secure yourself a game 5? That's the type of way I think. That's just me personally. Because overall, Huni had a pretty solid series. Lost wasn't playing that bad. Sword Art,
yeah, Lost wasn't. Sword Art was fine throughout the. If you look throughout the series, Sword Art made up his check. I'll say that much for most of them. Like I'm
it was
looking at the
honestly
series,
just
like
Spica running around, I don't know, trying to find some fucking gold on the fucking map. I don't fucking know what he's doing. Those
I
Udyr
don't know.
engages. Oh my god.
Yeah, you notice when he got Hecarim, thing is he went Hecarim, he goes 5-3-11. He played a ton of Hecarim, and I get it. I get why. And trust me, again, I
Mhm.
get it. You want to have him on Udyr because in most of the other regions, you don't let Udyr through. But
This isn't it.
sometimes, like this doesn't work for you. Like work, like
Yeah, you have to play to
kind
your strengths.
right,
That's just all it is. Because a lot of people say, well, this champion's auto banned in other regions. Well, this is not other regions, though. It's just how it is. You know?
right. Take the Hecarim. And you know what's so funny? Speaker is a good Nidalee player, believe it or not. He's a
He's
very
really
good,
good on Italy, yeah.
and it didn't take him
Why did
like
he go
if
Lillian? Or did they ban it out during most of the series?
no, Lilia didn't get banned. Like again, I don't know if they were looking at iron drafts. I don't know if they were if they spoke to Freak and he gave input.
They were looking at fucking Rogue Warrior drafts in LPL.
Yeah, they were looking at something. I don't know. But I I don't. I'm worried about the
The next year,
EG game.
oh, because
I,
EG, like outside of them playing pretty bad during the split at some points, EG did beat them in their previous encounter.
yeah, they went 1-1. I think they
They
went
won
one
one on the
and
split.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's gonna come on. If Jizuke pops off, I could easily see EG going 3-0. But if Jizuke is uh
I don't know who I'm
you
gonna pick.
know
Honestly, it's just like I genuinely thought. Uh, I
TSM,
I genuinely thought they were gonna win. I really did feel like, well, Mike. It was going to be a close series either way. It was just like you didn't really have the
yeah,
wrong pick. It was just more like who did you think was
I
going to
thought it
do?
was yeah, I thought it was either 3-1 or 3-2. I didn't expect them to have only one. They had a good first, pretty much a dominating
Mhm.
first game until they decided to,
It was all meant
you know,
because like saying it's all mental doesn't really like it kind of
it was a lot
scapegoats
of key
them.
mistakes and
Yeah,
positioning. So
but that definitely
that
didn't
was
help. That Baron play definitely didn't help people. That shit didn't help at all. also,
no,
when you're playing a game and they're tower diving you and you think you're gonna get kills in league and then they all
and
survive and
you
then
don't.
Nidalee gets a fucking triple kill. Yeah, also probably ain't working either.
Right, and like there was a fight at the Drake where Jensen literally popped off and it made him. He got like 3 kills at the Dragon, and
Mhm.
I thought TSM was winning, but Silas is one of those champions. When you're low, when he's low health and he's ahead, he
Yeah,
hurts a
and then
lot. So
also the biggest question of this series was, is Jensen gonna show up? And if Jensen shows up for Team Liquid against their next matchup, which is up against Cloud9, whoo, Perks versus Jensen. That's gonna be a nice
I
mid matchup right there. But that's pretty much it for this series between TSM versus Team Liquid for the LCS 2020 midseason showdown. I'll have the other game with Ravioli. We're doing like C9 versus 100 Thieves, kind of like how we're doing this one right here. Kind of move more into, the more analytical content, the more discussion videos you guys obviously
right.
like. Anything else you want to say maybe before they head out of here? Any of the TSM fans
Yeah.
out there might watch this video?
For the TSM fans out there, think of this as a blessing, because if they didn't lose this bad, sometimes you need. I think it was the saying is like sometimes you need to lose bad in order to win hard. And like I'm sure that this was a wake up call, and I hope that they show up in the EG game. Um, so let's hope that they fix all their mistakes, because you know
Mm-hmm.
TL didn't let things go unpunished, and sometimes you need that. So I'm hoping for a better series and seeing the TSM that got second place.
And
Not that, yeah.
before me and Ravioli do the whole C9 versus 100 Thieves match discussion, I'll just say this. It's just a 100 Thieves, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Pick a mid laner and just stick with them.
Oh
Not
yeah, yeah,
washed up Ryu, fucking Ryoma. They had Ryu, Ryoma,
right.
Demonte, Ryoma. Huhi.
My
And they had Huhi
my
too.
problem
And
my
Huhi's now their
problem is
support. What?
my problem is they're having the issue they had a year ago, where they had like Soligo, they had Ryu, like
Yes,
you
Ligo.
know,
Yeah, oh my god, dude.
like you were confident with this team when you bought all these players, and now you switch out one guy instead of modifying your draft. That's my only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or change up the thing. If you don't want to, if Demonte can't do that, have him support someday. Have him roam to help someday on a different champ, or play towards the top side, and you have the late game insurance, because FBI is gonna play pretty good in the late game. So maybe they need to like say, hey, you know what? Someday we're putting all our baskets in you,
My thing
and
is, before guys we close out, it's just like I don't understand if you're trying, because I know what they try to do. It just didn't work out. You switch out to Monte for a player that can play whatever the meta is, but he's not better than Demonte. You do that when the players are like at least comparable to this thing, or if not, he's better in some scenarios. Ryoma is just worse in every single category. You're not. There's no upside. Like you do these kind of things when there's upside. There's no upside to Ryoma.
yeah.
He's
It's
just
not like
not good.
it's not like when C9 had the Ray slash Impact, where Ray was supposed to be the carry player
Mm-hmm.
and Impact was the tank player. So we got like, Ray would get on the Camille, and that was way back.
Oh yeah, Sword and
But
Shield. Holy shit.
you're
God
right. So that
damn.
I get that, but this is not like the thing is when you've established an identity, why, like, I think they showed, and I don't want to go too far in it. I think they showed that they were 8-4 with Demonte. That's fine. Okay,
That's
you lose
fine.
some games.
You won more games than you've lost. That's
Yeah, why?
good. You're not even
Yeah,
sub
why?
500. You're not
And
even
then
sub 500.
right,
What?
you put in Ryoma, and they showed that Ryoma they're 3-3. Like,
There's no
you're
improvement. Like, and guys, I'm not saying this to bag on Ryoma or anybody that
no, we're
watches
not
this.
bagging on them.
I'm just saying, like, there is no upside to the Switch. So that means
Pure statistics.
like, that's like switching out fucking, I don't know, fucking Diamond for Newbie. There's nothing
Yeah,
there. You don't get anything out of that. Or you switch out, who's like the worst ADC that we've had in a while? I don't know, fucking 6A, right? That's like you
yeah.
switching out fucking 6A for someone like Mash. Just no upside there. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing
There's
there.
nothing there. Like, just like, there's a reason why the team did so well against TSM in that series, and they had to, like, why would you? To me, it makes no sense. Why would you break up a guy that made the Golden Guardians what people started, like, deciding to
Mm-hmm.
go to that brand, and okay, yeah, he's not Bjergsen, he's not Perks, but he fulfills his role. If you
Yeah,
do it,
like
just
people.
keep doing that.
The last thing I wanted to say, because I got a minute, because I got to do a video with Paul in a second. It was just
Right.
not every mid laner has to play like Rookie, Faker, Chovy, Jensen, Caps, some mid laners can win playing a playstyle like Doinby. Doinby
Like
literally
Niski.
Niski and Doinby literally won a domestic title, and Doinby won a domestic title and won a world championship not playing a traditional hard carry mid lane style. Like Pawn was really good in 2014. What the almost went on almost actually fucking smoking crack there. When Pawn was a carry, Pawn could also play the Doinby style too. It showed that like Niski Doinby style can work. It really can. But you have to draft champions for that. If you want to give them the Niski Doinby style, why is Demonte on Rise? Why is he not on Rumble mid? Kled mid? Tristana mid?
Alio.
Galio? Don't tell me Twisted Fate is nerfed. People still pick it.
People still pick him.
Nice
Yeah.
silver try. People say, "Oh,
Yeah.
you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
LPL, he's banned. LPL, he's always
Jensen
banned.
literally just beat TSM with it. Don't tell me TF is not playable. I don't want to hear that. That's just some horse shit. How about you guys go look at the drafts?
Azir got nerfed, but yet PoE was still popping off in the regular season when he won that last game, and he was doing good until TSM had the boom. So it all comes down to what I mentioned before. It's like champions get nerfed, but if it's in the right player's handle, it's a very dangerous champion actually. So sometimes they can draw specific bans because it's like, oh well, shit, we're gonna have to deal with PoE's Azir. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel bad for Demonte because it's like he's put in another scenario where he's on the bench where I think that's a closer series. I think it's a closer series.
I definitely think it's a closer series. The issue here is if you fix the mid lane situation, which is bringing in Demonte, then there is the drafting issue that we just brought up, which is like, okay, if you're gonna buy into this like Doinby playstyle, you need to have him play through somebody. You have to
play support. Yeah, play supportive. Have him go either to top lane to get Sunday, because we've seen what Sunday can do with a lead. A lot of analysts have asked why is Sunday being left is trying to be a weak side king. That's not,
Mm-hmm. Their bot lane is pretty solid. They have depending on what champion closer's on, he's an okay jungler. This split relatively, and somebody's still like one of the best top laners in the league. They have a draft identity problem. They have a mid lane problem. Lots of issues, but
lots of issues.
That's it, guys. We'll see you guys later. The G2 Fancast, is later on today, so we'll be on for that. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, most of all enjoy. I'm the Nightwing and Way of Life Esports. It's signing out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Fucking
take care, guys.
What if Evil Geniuses beat TSM? I'm gonna laugh so hard. I'm just gonna genuinely laugh.
I mean, personally, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Yeah.